Hi, Dave Jones here again. Today we're going to look at a classic Jimi Hendrix cover of the song Hey Joe. There's several sections in the song, well, three sections that we're going to look at. We're going to look at the intro and then the verse chorus chords, which are going to C, G, D, A and E, so good major chord workout. And then we'll look at what I call a chromatic run, which is a good little finger workout. So what I'll do is I'll split this into sections and then what we'll do is we'll go through each section with a close-up at the end. So here's the intro section, played fairly slowly. Okay, that's the intro, and I'll move on now. We'll move on to the chord section, and I'll give you a close-up of this intro later on in the bit. Right, okay, so that's the intro section, and we'll go through, like I say, we'll go through everything slowly. Here's the chord sequence. Now this is just the basic chord sequence of the song. It's C, half a bar, G, half a bar, D, half a bar, A, half a bar, and then E for 2 bars, and it sort of does a little kind of, it's based around an E7 that, but I'll show you that in the close-up. So, like I say, this is the basic chord sequence. Jimi Hendrix never played everything the same all the way through his song because he was a bit of a genius, so he'd done lots of little embellishments, but this will get you sort of strumming along to the song. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. C, G, D, I, E. And around again. C, G, D, I, E. And that's the whole chord sequence. All the verses and the choruses are all the same. And then there's a little chromatic, I call it chromatic run. It's sort of walking between the chords. It's a very clever little idea actually, but it's a good finger exercise, and it's good for using all 4 fingers of the fret in hand. So we'll just have a quick look at that. Okay, so this is the chromatic run, and then I'll play through it, and then we'll go through a close-up of the whole thing. So here's how it goes. And then we're back into that. G, D, I, E. And so on through the rest of the song. So we'll just move to a close-up now of the other bits that we've done, all of the bits. Well, I probably won't do a close-up of the chords because I'm sure if you're doing this, you've probably got all those chords by now anyway. But I'll show you that little E7 bit. Okay, so the first phrase is slide from the 3rd fret on the B string to the 5th fret on the B string, playing the high E string open. So it's you hit both strings at once, called a double stop, and as you hit it quickly with your 3rd finger, you slide up to the 5th, sorry, with your 2nd finger. Do this with your 2nd finger, it's quite important for the next phrase. So with your 2nd finger, you slide from 3 to 5, and then put your finger back, play the note again, so slowly. Then the next phrase is a slide with your 3rd finger to on the G string from the second fret to the 4th fret, or it could be from the 3rd fret. It doesn't really matter. It's called a gliss. It's just a kind of cooler way of approaching a note, if you like. It doesn't. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep this guitar in shot all the time. And then followed by a pull off. So you pull off third finger pulling off to 2nd finger pulling off to O. So we've got, and then, so just doesn't matter what fret you slide from, as long as you stop at the 4th fret, pull it off, pull that one. And a word with the pull off, you pull the string, it's like plucking with your fret in hand. So that's the 2nd phrase, and then we've got a hammer on the D string from the open string to the 2nd fret. Now do this one with your 2nd finger. Again, it's not that, it wouldn't be that important under normal circumstances, but it's the next bit that's going to need your other finger. So hammer on, D string, 2nd fret, and then you're doing the bottom part of an E major chord. You could do the whole E major if you wanted to. And what I've done there is I've played, after the hammer on, I played the thick E string open. I know you can't see that, but I'm just plucking the thick E string open. Then I'm playing the D string at the 2nd fret, and then I'm playing the rest of the E chord, G, B and E strings as one strum. So that's, and And then what we're doing now is we're moving on to the A and D strings at the 5th fret. I'm holding both of them down, rather like an E minor chord here, but at the 5th fret. You can do this with one finger, it really makes no difference. I probably would do it with one finger myself, but let's do it with two for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to play the, sorry, I just want to get this in shot, this bit. We're going to play the thick E string open, and then the A string while held down at the 5th fret, and then the E string open again, and then both of the strings, A and D, that you're holding down at the 5th. So that's the phrase. And then E string open again, move these two fingers back to the 4th fret, exactly the same shape though, holding down the two A and D strings respectively at the 4th fret now, so we've got, and then move your whole finger back to the E minor chord shape and hit all three strings, E, A, D, so that's, and then we've got a bit of a power chord here. It's a B power chord. I'm holding down the A string at the 2nd fret and the D string at the 4th fret with my 3rd finger, 1st and 3rd fingers respectively, playing a little power chord there. Just play it once, and then you hit the open E string as you move up the fingerboard to frets 7 and 9. Let me see if I can just turn this round. So on frets 7 and 9 on the D string, you play the 7th fret of the D string with your 1st finger, and as you play it, you hammer on the 3rd finger onto the 9th fret. And this is a useful technique, it's called rolling. What you do is you roll your 3rd like this. So rolling that finger downwards. So you do that twice, hammer on, roll, and then just play the 9th fret there. So that's your whole intro. The bit that I did, see if I can move this around again, the bit that I did with in the chord part, just basic E chord, and in the strumming bit that goes the 2 bars of E. What I'm doing there is I'm lifting my 3rd finger off of the E, and I'm playing E string, D string, E, D, but leaving those on. So it's an E7 chord. If you look at the difference between it, if you've not done these two chords before, if you look at the difference between an E7, that's basically what it's playing. And then the chromatic run thing, this is quite a nice little exercise. I'll have to move out a shot a bit just to get this in, but what happens with this is we start off with the 3rd fret of the A string with our 3rd finger, and then we go open E, 1st fret E, 2nd fret E, 3rd fret E, so use fingers 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Move down to the D string, and we play 2, 3, 4 and 5, move down to the A string, play 2, 3 and 4 and 5, and then up to the E string, 2, 3, 4, 5, and try and use fingers 1, 2, 3 and 4 for this. It'll help your finger in, and then you move up to the 4th fret on the A string, and you play frets 4, 5, 6, 7 using the fingers 1, 2 and 3 again. So, and then we've got a little phrase that goes, and what we do for that is we play open E, slide with your 3rd finger from the 5th fret to the 7th fret. Use your 3rd finger because the next note's on the 5th fret of the A string, so sliding from 5 on the E to 7 on the E, 5 on the A, back to 7 on the E, down to 5 on the D, and then finishing with your 3rd finger at 7 on the E. And then we're back into the C chord sequence. So I hope you got all that. I hope you found the video useful, and it's a cool little Jimi Hendrix song for you to have a few bits of twiddly bits and some chord playing, and I'll see you again sometime.